NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
51 to set. Look at it. Watch the curve.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. Great.
From the gun, here's Newton. Got a man, it's right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Hey, tight. Mike's 4-2. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Hold on.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on second down. Jackson lets this one rip toward Graham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Newton now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready. Go to bench. Get the ball. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Here's Jackson. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 31-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw again is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, it's Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of 1. Brings up third down.
21-0 our score after 1.
First quarter with the score Panthers 21, Packers nothing.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike, check. 59. Know your job.
Now it's Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Game situation, let's go. Check 31, check 31.
Throwing again. Jackson. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's McCaffrey.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Newton has the hook up here to Hogan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Newton to throw. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the Packers' 45-yard line.
On second and very short, Jackson.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on fourth and inches.
Check. Cross.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on fourth down. And the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Newton. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. This is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much...
And it's a fumble. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there just before halftime. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. 18 yards that time to push him up. 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Carolina.
Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd down and goal. Newton. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try good by Gano. And a route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. With a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And Adams has it complete. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive. 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yes, sir, Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop his shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up, looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson now. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Gerald McCoy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score as his guys continue to pour it on. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Jackson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Rip right. Right there, 54. 54, Mike. Set the tone, defense.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Get in the weight room.
Newton now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyler Fackrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Complete to Wright. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Play action. Now Jackson lets this one rip toward Graham. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Dog trot. Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike the 59.
2nd and 10, here's Jackson again. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
He's going to – that's caught inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When it ain't. Nice, sweetheart.
From the end zone, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Newton now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
20.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them,
there he goes right side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. A little track jump. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing here, Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring...
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that
one. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Bring it. 6 guys. Check. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
One last shot for Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Panthers, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.